Hey guys, Steve from No Boundaries Outdoors, and today I want to talk a little bit about firearm holsters. And I've done different videos about that on my channel here as well, and you can see, or maybe you can't, right here on the table you'll get a B-roll sweep of everything that's on the table here, and I'm going to kind of show this. But today we're talking about the firearm that is my daily driver. This is the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield Plus. I love the Shield. I just got the Plus. My wife got it for me for Christmas, and you know, it's as everybody always does. It's clear. You know, there's no firearm. There's no bullets in it. I've got the magazine on the side. One of the hardest things that I've found in the last 20 years of concealed carrying is finding a holster that's comfortable and doesn't give me sciatic nerve pressure. Now, I'm not one that carries in the appendix carry like a lot of the guys tell you to do that. I feel like it digs into my groin. I feel like it catches underneath my stomach. It's not very comfortable. Some guys like doing it. I am more one that carries right here. I guess they call it the 5 o'clock position, right above my hip, and unfortunately it's right where my sciatic nerve is. And so finding a holster to accommodate this over the years has been difficult. So I want to talk a little bit about some of the holsters I have tried, and maybe you have tried them as well. You know, getting into concealed carry, you see it in the magazines everywhere. The first that I ever purchased was this one from Crossbreed. And the problem that I ran into with this one, and I had people on my other video commenting like, oh, it's the wrong holster. It wasn't the wrong holster. It was the correct holster for the gun that I had. The problem that I had was the retention. The retention, now this isn't the right gun for it, so I just want to stress this. This is for like my full-size M&P. But you can see, like, even over the time of wearing it, the Kydex just doesn't fit it right anymore. So I want to preface this right now as I paid for this. I paid for all the holsters that you're going to see here. All these opinions are of my own. I'm not sponsored in any way, shape, or form by any of these holster companies. I just want to do what I feel is right for this channel, is what I've always done, is bring everybody the truth about my experience with these holsters, and let you decide and make the best decision for yourself. So again, with this Crossbreed, the comfort level was there. A lot of times I didn't realize it was here, like this is how I had it sitting. But the problem was, like, if I was working under a car, granted it is a full-size pistol, and my stature carrying a full-size pistol, it would slide out. And I know that they give you tips with the heat gun. You can reshape the Kydex. Yeah, I tried that with this, and the Kydex ended up cracking. It just doesn't work right. Now, could it have been an error on my part by trying to reshape this? Absolutely, it could have been. But my feeling is, for a holster that you're paying upwards of $100, maybe $120 nowadays, I shouldn't have to reshape the Kydex. I'm buying this so I can just use it right out of the gate, right? Put it in. So the first one was that. Now, I had bought another Swift Draw holsters. Okay, another holster from Swift Draw. This one is more for appendix carry. As you can see, you can put it here. It's more shrunk down. The other one had the combat cut. This has combat cut here, so you can quickly grab it. And one of the things that I've found, along with the holsters, trying to find the right one, is the grip on the M&P Shield Plus is very aggressive. So up against your bare skin on the side, it does leave marks. It'll leave brush burns and stuff. So that's something else that you want to keep in mind if you're going to carry this firearm. But going back to this, I had purchased this thinking, okay, this is a smaller form factor. I could slip it in the side. Maybe it won't be as painful when I drive, or sciatic nerve. Retention's great. You can see retention is really good on this one. And I thought, okay, I think this was like 50 or 60 bucks. The problem was not how good of retention it was the comfort level. The comfort level just wasn't there. I felt like I always knew it was there, especially in the summertime. Like it would just stick to me. I wasn't a fan, and I wore this for many, many months. As you can see, a lot of these holsters, I didn't just wear them one time and say forget it. I really wanted them to work. Another one that I had gotten from Swift Draw Holsters. This one, I barely used it at all. I'll be honest with you. This isn't for this gun. This is for my full size, I believe. The barrel would hang out of this. And the problem that I ran into this, as well as the other Swift Draw holster one, was no matter what setting you could set it to, because you can adjust the clips, the problem was the barrel sticking out. And if you notice, the barrel here with the front sight on it, it would always catch the back of my jeans, like right where it would be out. And so you'd end up getting a hole after a time. It would wear from walking, from doing whatever it is that you were doing during the day. You'd run the risk of it poking your jeans and getting it. Whereas the holster like this from Swift Draw, with this gun particularly, you had the ability where it basically covered the muzzle and protected your skin or protected your clothing. So another holster that I embarked in is I got a cheap one. I went out and I went on Amazon and bought one of these cheap ankle holsters for my Glock, which I don't have it here right now. And again, it was a decent holster. I don't recommend it, but it was decent in the sense of it did what it was supposed to do, right? I didn't like that the strap was around it. I felt like it was an extra step that had to go around. It just wasn't comfortable. Sweat on my ankles. You could see the barrel would stick out. It was for my Glock 42. It just really, I mean, $15 I think it was. Not something I would ever want to touch again. So then I ran into an article that talked about, I want to make sure I get these right, is the Alien Gear holsters. Now, I haven't worn these holsters in, oh my gosh, forever. But this holster in particular, this was for my M&P Shield. Now, again, this isn't made for the Shield Plus, but it's relatively similar to the Shield, so it fits in there. It's just a little bit more snug. Again, they have the nice soft back as opposed to the leather. The problem that I ran into with some of these is these plastic clips would break. And I know you could replace them with metal ones. You could buy metal ones now. In fact, Alien Gear started doing that later on in the run. They started offering metal clips that you could put on because people had them. The other thing was these became loose with the bushings. So a lot of times they worked loose out of this. And retention was good. A little bit of the comfort, but in the summertime, you sweat and this fabric in the back would just get smelly, and you know you're wearing this, you'd be clean from a shower or something, and you're putting it on. Everything I'm telling you here, you're probably sitting there going, these are minor problems. They are, but when you spend this much money on holsters trying to find the best holster and comfortability, I mean, you expect a little bit more. So then I met this company. I forget what their name. I was trying to see if they were here on the back. I don't even know if they're in business anymore, so it's kind of like a moot point, but I am going to mention it. They make these Kydex holsters. We found them at a gun show locally here, and I ended up purchasing two. I think they gave me one at the show. They swore that it was going to be, the be-all, end-all, so then I ended up buying for some of my other guns just to see. They said you can carry any gun, so I was like, all right, whatever. Now this is probably about 10 years ago. That's why I said they're no longer. I don't even know if they're around. I forget what the name of the company was, but for the longest time, the only thing I would do with this, because of how uncomfortable it is, because it's just Kydex, laying against your skin, rushing up and down, it would pinch against your nerve, or you'd have marks on your skin. Is it constructed good? Absolutely. You got your muzzle, everything is covered in this holster. In fact, you even have a retention screw at the bottom here that would keep the retention exactly the way you like it. Maybe you don't want to have that extra pull in there. Maybe you just wanted to drop in. Everybody has their feeling of how they want it. They did that very well with this. You didn't have the ability to move the screws up and down like some of the older holsters, but I ended up picking one up. I believe this one was for my full size, and then it even has the concave belt loop, which I didn't like that. That also dug into me, but again, that was preference. And then I believe this one is also for this one. Yeah, this is also for my M&P Shield. And then I contemplated carrying my 1911, so they gave me an extra Kydex. I don't have it with me here. It's somewhere in the house because I don't use it. I don't carry the 1911. I feel it's too big of a gun for my stature. So I over the last 20 years, I've come across these. These were supposedly the best of the best that you could find out there. And I know some of you guys might argue and say, well, no, we know some ones that are the best of the best. And you're probably right. Again, this is just a matter of my opinion, right? And not being sponsored by any of these guys, I was just kind of like, well, I guess I got to fork out some more money. And then I gave this a try. I gave the belly band a try. My buddy wears one of these. He wears these with his shorts that don't have belt holes, and I figured I'd give this a try. So I found a company called We the People Holsters, as you can see right there. Now I have to say, this belly band I was pretty impressed by. They have a really nice slot right here that you can put the firearm in it. It's sturdy, which I was really surprised. You can either wear it on your hip, like outside. It's even got 2 magazine clip holders that you can put your magazines in it. And I thought it was really, really comfortable. In fact, if you're in the wintertime, if you have like a flannel or something, it's great. You just put that on like that, and boom, it fits good. You don't know that that's on, and you're in good shape. The problem was it is warm, and this is something that I would wear like if I was wearing dress clothes, where I had a button-down shirt or something. I don't like the holsters that go under your arm, so this would be for that. Or if I was wearing basketball shorts, if I went jogging, if my wife and I went out walking and we had like sweatpants or something like that. So this is a holster. This is one of my go-to holsters right now, the We the People holster belly band. So that got me thinking. I thought, well, if the belly band is that good, well, let's check out their Kydex. Their Kydex holster. And it's got the We the People branding. You can get a whole mess of different styles, like if you want the flag or whatever you want on it. It's got the retention screw here. It's even really cool. It's got a cover right on it to protect you from accidentally ejecting your magazine, which none of the other holsters, I was really surprised when I went back and looked at it, they didn't have that either. So I bought the Kydex, I bought that, I just bought the cheap clip. They have another clip. This is a heavy duty plastic, and I was like, all right, let's give this a whirl. Bought it. I thought it was the most uncomfortable holster that I've ever used in my life. And I was sitting there and I'm going, this is not good. Being the most uncomfortable holster. And then I started looking at their site, and they showed that for more comfort, you can order this. It's a piece of foam that attaches to the back of the holster with Velcro. This makes a huge, huge difference. This makes it from you not being able to wear it all day long to being able to wear it all day long. So for me, this was great. I thought this was ideal. So this has been my daily carry for We the People holster. Now, what I would say is if you're going to buy this, don't buy it unless you're going to get the foam. If you don't order the foam, forget it. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your money. The foam is a must. You must have the foam. Otherwise, you're going to be in pain wearing this thing. They also make an attachment, so if you had 2 holsters, that you can attach it. I don't have it here with me, but you attach it to the side of your truck. I'll see if I can overlay a video or a picture here to show you where you can snap in your holster, so you can pull it out of your shirt or your pants if you got an 8-hour trip, snap it in, and you're good to go and be able to drive with it. So they offer a lot of variety of firearm equipment. I just ordered, and it should be here probably in the next couple days. I was trying to hold off and wait, but I know it's coming from California, so it takes a while. I know, kind of funny, a holster company out in California, right? But I ordered a magazine holder that's Kydex to fit on it, and then I said, well, I might as well order the gun belt as well, so that way I can have the optimal setup. I think a lot of what I do with some of these holsters, I think with it moving a little bit and shifting with your body, I mean, that's going to happen with holsters, could have been prevented had I had a more rigid gun belt. Your normal leather belts with a buckle that I usually wear, they work, but it's not ideal, right? So I just wanted to kind of give my opinion on this. I think We The People holsters, great buy, great bang for your buck, 50, 60 bucks. But I think it's ridiculous that they make you pay for the foam, knowing full well it is not comfortable to wear their holsters in your in the waistband, which I think is kind of weird, because these other holsters that I've used from other companies that are pure Kydex, they're nice. And I don't know if it's just because of the way they design the back. I'll pull that foam off right quick. You can see where the Velcro goes. It's really, like, I don't know. It's just really weird. I don't know how else to explain it. But neither here nor there. It's not a comfortable holster to wear without you having the foam on it. So let me know in the comments below if you have a suggestion for a holster, or if you had a go-to, or how you conceal carry. I'd love to hear from you. Or maybe you've tried some of these brands before and you're in agreement with me that some of them just really aren't that good. Let me know. We've got more and more videos that are going to be coming out here. I'm going to try my best to start getting more videos rolling out. I've got a brand new fishing table I want to review that I just bought, that's kind of over here, that I purchased. All the stuff that you're going to see from me is stuff that I purchased and has not been given to me. I will tell you if it was given to me, but right now this stuff here is all, again, all paid for with my own money. So again, like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.